Let's go to the White House. Starting with Trump, do you believe it? Wow. Wow. Starting with Trump, ending with the Yahori Harari, or whoever the hell you say that guy's name. Let's go. Trump taking questions from today.
That's just a small version. We took a country that was dead.
What's up, Andy Ballyhoo?
It's the hottest country in the world right now, and that's after 1 year. So let's go. That's a lot of people. All right, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I have two questions for you. One, do you want your Board of Peace to replace the UN?
Well, it might. I mean, the UN just hasn't been very helpful. I'm a big fan of the UN potential, but it has never lived up to its potential. The UN should have settled every one of the wars that I settled. I never went to them. I never even thought to go to them.
What the hell's the UN?
Settle those wars. They don't. I believe you got to let the UN continue because
oh, come on.
The potential is so great.
I thought during the campaign we said that we were going to leave the UN. Stream cheers to the cause.
Brazil to be part of the Board of Peace.
I did.
What role do you expect him to play, especially
a big role. I like
Venezuela?
Yeah,
and another one, because the
Are you from Brazil?
Yes. The EU and Mercosur just signed a trade agreement this weekend, which is going to be the biggest trade
Davos Day, Brad. Davos Day.
In the world. Right. At the moment, you are talking a lot about tariffs. What
get
is
this guy. Hey,
two questions.
Well, I just think this. I think we have trade like we've never had before. We're doing better in trade than we ever have before. We're not being ripped off by every country in the world like we were before. We're doing numbers that nobody's ever thought possible. We're the richest we ever were. It's because of tariffs and the proper use of tariffs. And we're also the most secure. As an example, Iceland, without tariffs, they wouldn't even be talking to us about it. So we'll see what happens. I think it's going to work out quite well.
Florida Pat says, Miss Pats is at class, so you're stuck with me tonight. Ballyhoo, Florida Pats. We will need to see a note from Miss Pat's teacher, please.
Right behind.
Thank you, Mr. President. How would you characterize your relationship with Emmanuel Macron and Keir Starmer right now? And have you spoken to them since your Truth Social post last
No, I
night?
haven't, but I think I get along very well with them. I mean, they always treat me well. They get a little bit rough when they're, when I'm not around. But when I'm around, they treat me very nicely. And, I like both of them. They're both liberal. They've got to straighten out their countries. You can't, London is having a lot of problems, and if you look at Paris, got a lot of problems. They have two problems: immigration and energy. They got to stop with the windmills, and they got to go back like UK has an unbelievable asset called the North Sea.
And Ballyhoo, Illy Dummer
Norway
Palms
uses it, makes a fortune. They have a better section of it, and they don't do it. They could straighten out their countries, and it would be good. But I get along very well with them.
You told Norway's prime minister.
Are you from Norway?
No.
You look like you would be from Norway. But she looks like she's from Norway. Go ahead.
You told Norway's prime minister that you not winning the Nobel Peace Prize made you feel less obligated to think purely of peace.
Ballyhoo campfire starter, Illy Domer.
And I believe very strongly that Norway controls the Nobel Prize. But you have to understand, I settled 8 wars. I've had every one of those wars, every participant wrote, I didn't ask him to do it. They said,
Mr. President, did you really think that you were actually ever going to win the Peace Prize? People hate you. Like the world hates you. Like I think that the propaganda is way too strong for something like that to ever happen.
Strong they make recommendations for that. But I settled 8 wars. No president's probably ever settled 1 war. I don't know. Think of it. I did 8. The reason I do it is because it's easy for me to do. And I didn't do it for a Nobel Prize. I did it because I'm saving a lot of lives. I'm trying to settle.
What's up, Illy Dummer Vice City? Welcome in.
I'm trying to do Russia, Ukraine.
Exactly,
and when
Ron.
Russia's ready, Ukraine's not. When Ukraine's ready, Russia's not. but they're losing 25,000 people.
Sounds like they're just stringing us along. Why do we even care anymore?
But no, I feel that Norway has tremendous control over who gets the Nobel Prize, despite what they say.
How far are you willing to go to acquire Greenland?
You'll find out.
How far are you willing to go to acquire Greenland? You'll find out. I mean, let's just take it. Let's just take it. If they don't want to make a money deal, let's just take it. There's 55,000 people that live there. Who cares? Let's just take it.
Mr. President, Kevin Hassett has said that those $2,000
Empire building. I'm down for that.
checks would be up to Congress to decide whether or not to disperse that. Do you agree with Kevin Hassett on that, or do you think you can do that unilaterally?
No, I don't think we would have to go the Congress route, but we'll find out.
And then once we have it, we'll have America, we'll have Alaska, we'll have Greenland, and then we'll have Canada surrounded for our strategic nuclear strikes on Canada. I can't wait.
The reason we're even talking about it is that we have so much
Saunas
money
for all
coming
of
in
us.
from
That's right,
tariffs
M. Wiles.
that we'll be able to issue at least a $2,000 dividend and also pay down debt for the country. But we'd do a $2,000 dividend to the people of our country. Would probably set a limit of,
Ron says, don't forget about Alberta. I think that Alberta is voting this week or this morning or something. This came across my desk. They're voting for sovereignty from Canada. That would be interesting.
Come live it.
Or they're voting to put it on the ballot or something. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something like that.
A very substantial dividend to the
What's up,
people of
Wevo,
our country.
Ballyhoo?
I believe we can do that without Congress.
Last night on Truth Social, you said that the British plan to hand the base of Diego Garcia over to Mauritius and then rent it back was an act of great stupidity. Previously, you've backed that deal. Is it now your position that the deal should not go ahead?
I think that they, when they originally were going to do it, they were talking about doing some concept of ownership. But now they're looking to essentially just do a lease and sell it. And I'm against that. It's a reasonably nothing like Greenland, but it's a reasonably important area of the globe. Not to anywhere near Greenland, but I think they should keep it. I don't know why they're doing it. Do they need money?
Oh, Brad says he is in Alberta. Did you vote for that today, Brad? Did you vote for that? Brad, come on in. You can be an American. We'd welcome Brad.
The Syrian government, most probably you avoided another civil war and a bloodshed in Syria, especially after the fall of the regime.
I did a good job.
It's a petition to
The Syrian
separate.
government the last 2 weeks had to use some force to implement.
What's up,
its
Founding
force
Fathers?
on, specific areas. And
Well,
with
to keep the prisoners, the terrorist prisoners, which are some of the worst in the world, at bay. So they were able to keep that. He's working very hard. The president of Syria is working very, very hard. Strong guy, tough guy, pretty rough resume. But you're not going to put a choir boy in there and get the job done. I spoke with him yesterday because we were talking about the prisons and what was going on.
They're getting ready for the Davos trip. Campfire starter, I bet. President Trump should be in the air right now, flying to Switzerland. Cannot wait to bring you that speech tomorrow.
Mr. President, Gavin Newsom is going to be at Davos if he's not already there. You're probably going to run into him. I presume that this is for him to raise his platform for 2028, but what do you anticipate his foreign policy platform is going to be?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that he's going to be the nominee. I know this. I had a very good relationship with Gavin Newsom when we were in office together. I was president. He was the governor of California. We had he would talk about it often, and somewhere we just went astray. I just hate the way California is being run. We actually have people leaving. It's never happened before, but I hate the way it's being run. He and I had a very good relationship, really close to the word exceptional, but now we seem not to.
President Trump, you spoke earlier.
Mr. President, you've been hearing from allies.
Thank you. Thank you so much, President Trump. Kara Castanova from Lindell TV. And you spoke earlier about the 2020 election. now that Maduro is in U.S. custody and he was criminally charged, has any more information emerged that you could share with us regarding Venezuelan election software and Venezuelan ties to tampering with the 2020 election? And would you consider speaking to Maduro personally in prison in New York to get some answers on Venezuela's involvement with the 2020 election?
No, I don't think I would be doing that. I think my lawyers would be very unhappy if I did that. Yeah, they've learned some things. Please.
What happens to the tariff threat to Greenland if the Supreme Court comes out and rules against you on the tariffs? And
well, I'll have to use something else. I mean,
are
look.
you willing to use force?
You know, take a look at the word license. Take a look at other things. I mean, we have other alternatives. But what we're doing now is
Let's
the
just
best,
take
the
it.
strongest, the fastest, the easiest, the least complicated.
Sir, if you move ahead with the Greenland-related tariffs on Europe, you secured almost $1 trillion of commitments from them to invest in the United States. Does that go kaput out the window if that happens?
I doubt it. Look, they need that agreement very badly with us. They really do. They fought very hard to get it. So I doubt that, but we'll see what happens. We have a lot of meetings scheduled on Greenland. I'm leaving tonight, as you know, for Davos. And we have a lot of meetings scheduled on Greenland. And I think things are going to work out pretty well.
Man, I was watching Davos today. I woke up and there were two things: the Palantir thing was going on, and the Harari thing was going on, both at the same time. I would have loved, and then the Macron and Carney today. Davos is made for full-time streaming, man. We would have been up since 3 a.m. today streaming Davos.
Thank you, Mr. President. Could you still go to Paris for the G7
Almost. We're
emergency
almost
meeting
there.
as offered by President Macron?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Aria the cat, everybody.
Because, you know, Emmanuel's not going to be there very long. And, you know, there's no longevity there. He's a friend of mine. He's a nice guy. I like Macron. But he's not going to be there very much longer, as you know. And I think, you know, I have meetings with the people that are directly involved, not some of the people you're talking about.
Look at this guy over there.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Happy
I've
New Year.
never seen this room like this. Is this a celebration of the first year? Yes. Have you ever seen it? I've never seen this many. I hope we have a very good. I hope we have a very good structural floor. You know, this used to be a swimming pool. You're sitting over a swimming pool. I could see that happen. But we need a good structure here, don't we? Huh? Yeah.
Mr. President. Thank you so much, Mr. President. Happy 1 year anniversary.
Thank you.
And my question is on Syria. The Kurds, as the most loyal U.S. partners, facing attacks by some Syrian elements within the Syrian
Kurds.
government. Will you do to ensure
What
that
about the
Kurdish
way?
rights protected and their effective forces against terrorism in Rojava, Syria continue?
What's up, Jay White? Welcome in. Ely Domer, nice to see you, man.
Does not abandon his allies.
Well, I like the Kurds, but just so you understand, the Kurds were paid tremendous amounts of money, were given oil and other things, so they were doing it for themselves, more so than they were doing it for us, but we got along with the Kurds, and we are trying to protect the Kurds, that's correct.
Ahead of your speech in Davos, can you give us a preview of what we can expect as far as...
This guy is gigantic. He's got to be standing on something. Oh my God. No way he's that tall.
To be able to buy homes?
I think more than anything else, what I'm going to be speaking about is the tremendous success that we've had in 1 year. I didn't think we could do it this fast. Think of it, it's just now 12 months, and you know, I say it.
Welcome in, Rusty. Ely Domer.
The most successful country in the world. We have the hottest country anywhere in the world by far, and this country would have been absolutely stone cold dead. And I'm going to be talking about it. I'm going to be, because you know, a lot of them could use some of the advice as to what we did. They need energy. You take a look at their energy policy. They're going to destroy themselves with what they're doing with the windmills and all the nonsense. They need energy.
Oh my God, I can't wait for tomorrow. Going to be a great speech tomorrow. Must watch doming.
Help badly. How much longer do you want to go?
Tomorrow is much watch doming, everybody. He always crushes Davos.
Call with.
I do. I have a very important call with President Erdogan, who I like a lot. All right, one or two more questions. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. During
Go
your
ahead,
second...
please. Go ahead.
One
Thank you,
question
Mr.
about the
President.
critical we had one.
Yes?
Thank you, Mr.
The
President.
red blouse. Go ahead.
You talked a lot at the beginning of this about the economy, some positive economic indicators. Polling shows a majority of Americans don't feel the economy is doing well. Are you worried you're making the same mistake as President Biden by telling
No, I hope I don't make the same mistake as him. Look, I inherited a terrible, it's a great question because we inherited a terrible, terrible mess between the border, between all the problems. The whole country was falling apart.
I'm seeing people are saying, "Are we going to do it live? I'm not going to be able to do it live. That's gonna be in when my day job is, but we will bring it to you. Should we start with it tomorrow? What do you think, Arya? Should we start with the Trump speech tomorrow, or should we work our way there? Let's see what else they do at Davos tomorrow, and then I'll make that decision.
And in 12 months, less than 12 months, in 12 months we have...
Brad says, call in sick. Well, that's a good idea, Brad, but the day boss does also watch the stream. So if I go live, an alert's going to pop up on his phone.
The strongest border we've ever had. We have prices that are much, much lower than they were for the last... we inherited very high prices. We inherited, remember this, inflation was at a historic high. We had never had inflation like that. They say 48 years, but whether it's 48 years or ever, we had the highest inflation, in my opinion, that we've ever had. Prices, because of that, were very high. I inherited, we brought down eggs immediately. Remember the first news conference, they were screaming at me about eggs. I was
Block
in the
him,
position
says
for
Brad.
2 days. And we brought eggs down to lower than what they were
Hey, what's up,
before.
caller?
And by the way,
Welcome
they
in.
continue
Welcome
that way.
back.
We brought the prices down from when I came into office and from what Biden had, way down. We're going to bring them down further. But the job we did is a
Yeah,
miracle.
thanks, Vice
One
City.
of the reasons I'm doing this today is to explain. We inherited a mess, and we've made it a beautiful, beautiful picture. Think of gasoline at $1.99 in many states. $1.99 a gallon. It was $4.50, $5. In some cases, $6 or $7. We're at $1.99. And energy is so big that with energy, everything else comes down. But the prices are coming way down. And we're going to bring it down further. But we started
the
up
paw
here
on
with
the
these
chin.
guys. We inherited a country that was broken. We inherited a country, and I have a very warm spot. We've done very well with Venezuela. And by the way, that even in itself is going to help us bring down the oil prices. I mean, the Venezuelan oil, we've taken 50 million gallons of oil. We've taken 50 million barrels of oil out of Venezuela in the first 4 days. We've got millions of barrels of oil left. We're selling it on the open market. We're bringing down oil prices.
Ballyhoo Knife, welcome in, Elite Domer.
And they've already come down. Again, $1.99 a gallon for oil. Nobody thought they'd ever see it. All right, one or two more.
Knife says, this is my frame of mind as well, Knife. Knife says, we have been screaming at him for holding the deep state accountable for their crimes since day one. When is that going to happen? Right around the corner, Knife. It's on Pam Bondi's desk.
Go ahead, go. Yes.
I want to ask you about Iran. Is the military option still on the table? And can you assure us that the killing in Iran has stopped? And when regard to the Peace Council, which members have to pay $1 billion?
So with Iran, are you from Iran?
No, I cover the White House.
Where are you from?
I'm Palestinian American.
So with Iran, they were going to hang 837 people. And I let it be known that, and we let them know.
Let it be known.
If that happens, that will be a very bad day for them. And they decided not to do it. They didn't hang the people. I can't tell you what's going to happen in the future, but supposedly they've taken that off the table. But they were going to, last week, they were going to hang on Thursday or Wednesday. They were going to hang, I think, 837 people. And they didn't hang anybody. So we're just going to have to see what happens with Iran. Is the military option off the table? Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. Trump.
Thank you, President
Go
Trump.
ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr.
Congratulations on your
President.
first year.
Go ahead, I'll take your question.
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
Go
Mr.
ahead,
President.
right here.
Thank you, Mr. President. You promised during your second inaugural to always put America first. I'm curious, how would you winning the Nobel Peace Prize improve the lives of average, everyday Americans? Why is this prize so important?
It wouldn't improve the lives of any, but what improved the lives of people are people that are living. I saved probably tens of millions of lives in the wars. You know, if you add up the numbers, just if you look at any one of those wars, you're talking about millions of people. You multiply it times 8. But when you look at India and Pakistan, that could have been 10, 15, 20 million
Yeah,
people.
but
Could have been
the
more than
question
that.
was, how is that
So I
America
saved
first?
millions of people. So that to me is the big thing. What?
You suggested a moment ago that perhaps the reason why a positive story about the economy isn't getting through is because of, bad communications people. But are average Americans wrong to still feel high prices? And how much longer does the White House hope that they?
So I think a lot of people are listening to the fake news a little bit, and I'm not blaming anybody. I think I blame ourselves. I think we've done a much better job than we're able to promote. We're not promoting. We're doing a great job, and we're sort of letting the promotion take care of itself. One of the reasons
Promoting is not going to change the prices at the grocery store, sir.
I'm doing this news conference, I think it's important. We have taken a mess and
This is
made it
exactly what
really
we
good.
hammered
It's going to
Kamala
get
on.
even better. But if you look at prices from a year or a year and a half ago, you look at the Biden prices, they were way up through the sky. And, they use the word affordability. They just say affordability and they don't talk about it. They created the affordability problem, and we are solving it. We have solved a lot of it. Again,
I do see that with the
everybody
gas
agrees in this
prices.
room, I think gasoline prices have come per gallon way down.
Sir.
When that happens,
It's like
everything
we're
else
the
comes
same
down, but
person.
They've come down way down. Many of the groceries have come way down. It's all happening, and it's happening strong. But if you go back a year and a half, 2 years, take a look at those prices and look at the prices now.
Sharon's here says Trump announced he's going through with the 2,000 tariff dividend for middle-class Americans. Where is that? Did he truth that out? Where's the link to that? I agree, Ron.
Mr. President of Venezuela, you made a condition.
Where are
that
you
was,
from?
I'm from Spain.
Nice place.
Thank you. You made a condition that the political prisoners should be freed. It seems that they are not being as fast as they promised in the beginning. Would that be an issue for the current government?
They've agreed that they're going to let, I guess, most of them out. Or depends on what they did, but they have released a lot of. Released a lot of political prisoners in Venezuela.
Mr. President, earlier on last year, you had indicated that you wanted to take back the Panama Canal. I know we've heard a lot about Greenland. Is that still on the table?
Ooh, look at that. Breaking, President Trump has announced that he plans to issue $2,000 tariff dividend checks to middle-class Americans without congressional approval. You give me that, I'm putting it right into freaking crypto. Let's go. Back to the White House.
I don't want to tell you that.
Thank you, Sharon's here.
Sort of. I must say, sort of. That's sort of
If that arrives in my bank account next week and the market's down, I'm buying $2,000 worth of chain link like that.
Okay, one more. Yes, blonde. Blue.
The blonde.
Yes, go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead with the blue, holding the computer.
If a consequence of your determination to take control of Greenland is the ultimate breakup of the NATO alliance, is that a price you're willing to pay?
Yes, fuck
You mean
NATO.
the breakup of it's very
the
interesting.
NATO alliance.
So I think something's going to happen that's going to be very good for everybody. Nobody's done more for NATO than I have, as I said before, in every way. Getting them to go up to 5% of GDP was something that nobody thought was possible, and pay. At 2%, they weren't paying. At 5%, they are paying. And they're buying a lot of things from us, and they're giving them, I guess, to Ukraine. That's up to them, but they're giving them to whoever they're giving them to. But they're buying a lot. I think that we will work something out where NATO's going to be very happy.
Yeah, Rusty.
And where we're going to be very happy. But we need it for security purposes. We need it for national security and even world security. It's very important. How about it?
Thank you very much. First of all, last year you told me that you believe that the reason you won an election is because God put you in this place so that you could save the world. Looking back 1 year, do you feel like God is proud of the effort that you've put in?
I do, actually. I think God is very proud of the job I've done.
Ballyhoo God.
And that includes for religion. You know, we're protecting a lot of people that are being killed. Christians and Jewish people, and lots of people are being protected by me that wouldn't be protected by another type of president. No, I think a lot of people are very proud of the job we've done. We've had an amazing year. This has been one of the greatest years. Even some people that wouldn't necessarily love me instinctively, they're saying this was an incredible year. We've had an incredible year economically. Look at our border. Our border was a disaster. People poured.
True, 100%. We love the border, sir.
Country of a lot of very bad people, good people too, but a lot of very bad people from prisons and drug dealers and gangs and horrible people, murderers, thousands
Valley
and
God
thousands
says
of
woke.
murders allowed into our country. And we now have the strongest border of any country. There's probably not a country, I guess North Korea has a pretty strong border, by the way, but there's not a country in the world that has a border like we do. And we took it from the worst border. We had the worst border in the world. Now we have one of the strongest borders in the world.
Does the North Korean border keep people in or keep people out?
One more question.
You said you're confident something's going to get worked out in Greenland, but Greenlanders have made it clear they don't want to be part of the U.S.
Well, I haven't.
Tough fucking luck.
When I speak to them,
Tough fucking luck.
Mr. President, are you committed to keeping the U.S. in NATO?
I've had such a good relationship. I've made it so much better, so much stronger. It's so good now. NATO is so much stronger now. I don't agree with a lot of the things they've done, but that was done before I got there. I think NATO's been good. Sometimes it's overrated, sometimes it's not, but we have a strong NATO. When I came here, we had a weak NATO. We had a NATO at 2%, and they weren't paying. You had a nothing NATO. NATO's, whether you like it or not, it's only as good as we are. If NATO doesn't have us, NATO is not very strong.
What are we doing with it? Oh my God, then why do we care?
Thank you.
Yes, no, behind you, please.
Thank you, President Trump.
Yes, go ahead.
Really appreciate it, sir. We heard a long list of accomplishments from the last year. Could you cherry pick the top 3? And then looking forward, what are your 3 most important priorities in 2026?
So I think the building of a really powerful military has been a great achievement, and that would include the Venezuela thing. That would include
the Venezuelan thing,
attack on Iran.
I love the Venezuelan thing. Kidnapping a president and his wife out of his bed is the Venezuelan thing. I love that.
And the wiping out of the nuclear threat. I think that's been really amazing what we've done militarily. I think what we've done in business has been incredible. We have 8.
You're right, Hust. The best is yet to come now that you hit that follow button. Welcome in.
$18 trillion coming in. Plants are being built all over. Thousands of plants.
Hust jumps inside the chat for the very first time. Everyone give a ballyhoo to Hust.
Are being built all over the country. 18 trillion is a record. No country has
What's
ever
up,
come
Rowdy?
anywhere
Welcome back.
even close to that. I think that's a record. And I think that most favored nations for
Marty,
drugs
welcome in.
is something that nobody thought they'd be able to get. Tariffs helped me there because the nations would have never gone along with it.
Oh, he's still talking about the Venezuelan thing?
If you don't go along with it, we're going to put a 10 or 15 or 20% tariff on your nation. And they went along. And our drug prices are going to come down at numbers never even seen before, never even thought possible before. So those would be 3 things. Thank you. Thank you all very much.
Good stuff.
Thank you very much.
Is he actually leaving when he says he's done? He is.
How was the game?
Go Indiana.
Not very often we start the stream with Trump, my friends, but it's the week of Davos. It's Davos week. Are you ready for some elite doming? Coming up next to the Dome, the CEO of Palantir sits down with Larry Fink. Oh, sign me up. Then a deep dive on the Davos stage about the artist, spirit cooker, Maria Abramovich. If you've never heard of her, you haven't been in the Dome long enough. And our main event tonight, Yurav Harari gives his view about the future of AI. We'll be doing all of that tonight, right after this first musical break.